How are you not teaching the fundamentals of how loans work while simultaneously shepherding 18-year-olds towards loans in excess of $100,000? Hey guys, I just wanted to get real for a second. I want to talk about the real reasons that I'm making this channel in hopes of becoming the next big YouTube star. About a year ago, me and my wife finished, about a year ago, my wife and I finished paying off $97,000 of mostly student loan debt. And that process was so eye-opening. I know it helped us grow for the better, and that's kind of why I'm here. See, when I look around at the state of things, when I talk to my friends, when I see things in the news, it's alarming to me that not only are we already in a rough position, a lot of us seem to be making more and more mistakes financially that could be making that worse. I don't want to make a YouTube channel just to fool around. I don't want to make one to get political. I'd rather talk about the way things currently are and probably will be for the foreseeable future. Probably heard a lot of the times people saying, yeah, money isn't everything. And okay, I get what it means. You shouldn't obsess over it. But realistically, money is tied to so many things. If you've been through some kind of a crisis, maybe it's a personal one, maybe it's a financial one, imagine how much easier it would be to bear that crisis if you weren't worrying about money. Which brings me to the first reason I'm starting this channel, to inspire people like me. Not all that long ago, I was in bad shape. Financially in bad shape. I was anxious all the time. I didn't really have a lot of direction. I didn't really have any goals. And I saw something on some social media outlet that made me want to look into psychology. I was drawn to this idea that one of the biggest ways you can improve how you feel in this world and kind of give yourself a purpose is by taking on responsibility. So I did just that. And the two biggest ways that I tried to take control of my life was with my money and my health. Because when it comes to the money, I was spending all of it. Bars, vacations, restaurants, etc., etc. I was living under the assumption that, well, one day the government will forgive my loans or whatever. And look, maybe that'll be the case someday. And to anybody who's trying to advance that conversation and working on that front, good for you. But there's nothing realistically pointing towards that happening anytime soon. And if it does happen, maybe it'll just be a small percentage of or a small amount of, maybe it'll just be the interest on the loans, maybe you'll owe taxes on it, who knows? So in the meantime, I couldn't wait around, because in doing that, I'd be losing out on years of investing, years of saving for a house. Financially speaking, I learned I had to be my own savior, and I took control. I had to have that moment where I said, enough is enough. And that's reason number one why I want to make this YouTube channel, is to inspire you to have that same realization that, you know what, this can't wait. I can't afford to wait to pay off my loans and start thinking about future me. Now another reason I wanted to start this channel was to educate people like me. When we started the uphill climb against our student loans and my car, we had to go seek out the information. My wife and I really fell in with the Dave Ramsey program. I think Dave does some great work. And look, I owe the Ramsey program everything. But what started to really irk me and bug me was that I had to seek out this information. I got to thinking, what's going on here? How come I didn't know how toxic debt is, especially car loans, student loans, high interest loans? How come I'd never been told you need to swim upstream against what people say you should do with your money? You don't need to buy a house so quickly. Buy it when you're ready. There's nothing wrong with renting. The more I thought about this, the more I just got really upset and thought, why didn't I learn this in school? I mean, think about this. If you have guidance counselors who are ushering their juniors and seniors towards the door, towards universities, shouldn't those students at least have some foundational ideas of how money, how loans, how all of that works? It wasn't just my school. Check this out. According to this article I found on CNBC.com, teaching high school students personal finance is only required in 21 states. Go back one more year, 2018, an article from the same website stating that personal finance classes were only offered in 22 states in America. Now, simultaneously, the cost of college has gotten almost 5 times as expensive since the mid-'80s. What the hell is going on here? How are you not teaching the fundamentals of how loans work while simultaneously shepherding 18-year-olds towards loans in excess of $100,000. There are 18-year-olds who are taking out loans for $200,000 at private universities for jobs that will pay them maybe at best $45,000 starting salary. How is there nobody at those schools saying, that's a bad deal? Loans that in some cases rival the cost of mortgages on small houses. People need to know these things. And look, education is not a bad thing. I'm not in the camp of, well, maybe more people should go to trade school than go to college. I still think college is a good thing. And that's part of why I want to make this channel. At 28 years old, I finally have this feeling for the first time in my life of financial relaxation. No, I'm not a millionaire or anything. I don't have huge hordes of cash laying around that I can just dole out on boats and cars and whatever. But financially, I'm relaxed. I'm a debt-free millennial who plans to stay that way. I live on a written budget. I know exactly where my money's going, and I don't have to lay awake at night thinking, how am I going to pay for big expenses coming up? And for the first time in my life, I don't just have the feeling that I should be optimistic. I actually can see why I should be optimistic about what comes next. I know that one day I'm going to be a millionaire, and I know that that is okay. Not only is it okay, it's kind of my responsibility to my community, to my family, to myself. So even if I'm dealing with catastrophes, I won't have to worry about paying for hospital bills. I won't have to worry about paying for long-term care for me, for my family. I've just seen so many people in my life that struggled with money or fought about money, and me and my wife, we didn't want to do that. So we took the steps we had to take. And as long as we don't screw anything up over the next couple of decades, we're in good shape. That brings me to my last reason I'm making a YouTube channel. And this one I got to level with you on. I want to make some extra money on the side. Hey, sue me. I like making money. Don't actually sue me. I don't have the money yet. I want nothing more than, hopefully by the end of this year, which is one of my yearly goals, than to monetize this channel and actually start making some side money. I've always been the kind of guy who likes a couple sources of income. I love working and I love making money. I love having money in my pocket. I love that if I want to get a really good beer, a six-pack of it, I can get that and not have to feel bad about it all weekend. And then going back to generosity, I know that the more and more I make, the more I have to be generous with. And it just feels so damn good to make some server's day by giving them $100. So yeah, I want a little bit of extra money, and I think YouTube might be a nice way to bring in some side hustle money. I've always been good on camera. Communication is my strong point. Communication is I'm very skilled in communications. And lately I've been realizing that the more creative I can be, the happier I am. The more peace I kind of feel. I love being creative. And if I can make money being creative, hey, great. And I think these videos are a great place to let my personality come forward. I like to think I have a sense of humor, and I think that I can definitely bring something a little bit different to the medium. All that to say, I'm starting this YouTube channel to hopefully change people's lives in the way that I've changed my own life. I want to inspire my fellow broke millennials. I want to give you the information you need to move forward. I want to be creative on this and hopefully funny. And God willing, if I can make a few extra dollars, that'd be good too. Rocco would like that very much. If anyone like me can do what we've done in just like a year and a half, you can do it too. So please help me grow. Subscribe and like, share this on social media, tell your friends. I am so over like the 2020 negativity. Let's try to get some positivity rolling this year. The more positivity we can get around the conversation about money, the better. Do not fear money. Know that it is a tool, but do not fear it. Do not villainize it. And as always, thank you for stopping by, and we'll catch you next time.